Hey guys, and welcome to Wipast Academy. Here we talk about coding in the most subjective and unwary way. I am Nikita, and today we'll see how to properly handle errors in your Firebase functions. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. If user gets an error, there are at least two parties whom you should inform, them and you, but not always. How to know whom and when to inform? So the first situation, we have a function which resets the user password and it accepts the email address as an input and tries to get the user by this email. If there is no user, we let the client know about this so that they can enter other email. And afterwards, we block the password reset attempt so that the user can know that someone tried to reset their password, and we send a new link to change their password to this email address. Looks okay, but something is bad. The issue is that it's not secure to let the user know that some account with some email exists and some is not, because in this case, they can try several email addresses and know which email owners are using this platform and who is not using this platform, which is not secure because we break the privacy of these users. That's why the first rule, never ever show sensitive errors to the client, because this is a sensitive error. Showing this email is not valid, it's fine, because this way they can fix this email address and enter it properly without spaces, etc. But this is not secure. That's why what you can do is to pretend that the password reset email has been sent, but in fact, as a user does not exist, you don't really need to do anything, but you also don't need to notify the client about this user not being present on the platform. And now about notifying you. Another situation. We have a function for the user so that they can update their name, and it checks that the name is valid. It checks that the user is authenticated to actually do this, and then they track that the user profile was updated. This is needed for the product team to know that users update their profile, etc. And then we actually update the user information. And if something bad happens, we report this error to us. We do this through Sentry. Sentry is an error reporting tool. You can read about this more. In general, you can use any error reporting tool. This is just for you in order to make it simpler and not build your own logic for this. The bad thing here is that validation errors, when the user entered the wrong name or someone who was not authorized or not authenticated tries to do something, are not really important to you because you're already safe. You have this validation and authorization logic here, so you don't really need to care about these errors. That's why you don't really need to track them. The only errors you need to care about are errors from your critical functionality, which may fail. That's why report only server-side errors, which shouldn't normally happen, and move your try-catch around these two calls, and don't really care about this. And you can make it even better, because if there is a non-critical error, let's say tracking may fail, yeah, you don't really need to stop the execution, and you can continue. This way you can just report the error that something went wrong in tracking. This is not a critical functionality, and you can investigate later what happened to your tracking, but the user will be still able to update their information. That was it for today. And how do you handle backend errors? Tell us about this in the comments below. Cheers!